Hello, hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing? I forgot to plug my light, so I'm doing that, but I don't want to be any later than I am already are. So let me see if I can figure this out. Right? We don't want to be fading as we go on. There we go. Now it's all plugged. I'm just gonna find myself. All right, there we go. And now I can see your comments. And all right, so let's get started. I'm gonna adjust this so I can get a little closer to my work area. And today we're gonna do easy pop-up cards. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do pop-up cards, and they always have that wow factor when the people open them. But I've only prepared one sample, and the other two I have ready. Unfortunately, one I have to give to my friend because I made it for her father's 90th birthday. But I have all the elements here, but the samples she had to take because she was traveling. And this is the other sample that I prepared. So it looks like a simple, nice card. And then once you open it up, you have your pop-up element here. Not super pop-up because uh, you have to be able to close it, but this is an easy pop-up card, kind of cute, and you can put this element in the front if you prefer. But anyway, I think we'll get started with the other one, and then I have a third card that I didn't have time to finish, but I'll show you. I have to finish decorating the front, but this is another easy pop-up that when you open it up, you have these flowers opening here, you see. It's not pop up here, but it just there's some glue here that we don't want because we don't want to have an issue of it adhering to the wrong place. So with my trusty glue eraser, we can take it off. It's still a little tacky. There we go. And gone. All right, so this is another, I love this one because it's just very, very simple. And you can look very pretty. And of course, you can customize it with whichever occasion you want or anything. But I didn't have time to finish that front, so I apologize for that. But I'll show you how to do the mechanism so you can just customize it however you want. All right, but let's start with this one. That, as I said, I made it for my friend's father's 90th birthday, and but I'm gonna make this one for another friend's 80th birthday. So I'm just gonna grab all the elements out. So first off, you need two pieces of cardstock. That will be your base cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 6. And then you score it at a 1/2 inch on the top on each one of the pieces. And then we're gonna burnish this a little bit. And we're gonna let it be for now. Okay. One piece will be our front, and our piece will be our back. And this is how it's gonna go, like this. And then when you close it, it's gonna be this. I'm gonna move it up a little bit because I see that I have every time I move it, it gets stuck with my light here, the card. Anyway, so this is how it's gonna go. The front and the back. So you have to decide this is gonna be your front, so we're gonna start decorating our front. And for the back, this will be the inside, and this will be the back. Okay, but we'll do that later. So we start decorating the front, and I'm using what is it? I always forget the name of the sweet. Well, the sweet is like adventure or something. Don't you like my bigness? Uh, Adventure Skies or something. Adventure Sky, yes. And the paper is called Take to the Sky. I thought it was gonna be the same color. It's the one with the planes and the clouds and everything. And I love it. And it makes great masculine cards, other like everybody's cards, but especially nice masculine cards. So I'm using Night of Navy here. And I'm gonna use boho blue because it goes very well with this paper and the Night of Navy, and that's gonna be my frame around the base card and the frame. And this is, as we said, 4 1/4 by 6, core at half, so you end up with like a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, which is your regular size card. And this is gonna go uh, 1/8 of an inch less, so it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. So let's glue these. Just gluing that to the card base. And then we're gonna glue, I should have glued the paper first, but this will be the time where I make a boo-boo with the paper. Usually you don't, but anyways. So I'm taking the part with the planes. And as I said, this is just to show you the pop-up system, but you can apply to any paper, any suite, any occasion that you want. This is gonna be a birthday card, but you can do Christmas cards, you can do just Thanksgiving cards, Halloween cards. Oh, the Halloween cards will be especially fun with the pop-ups. You put like a scary skeleton or something like that. Anyway, so this is the base of my card, and I wanna actually I left the stamp set over there, so I have to go get it. But I'm just gonna decorate the front, and the front is gonna have this plane and a couple of clouds here. One of the clouds is gonna have happy birthday, so I need all the stamp sets because I left them on my other table. And then I'm gonna just put a couple of clouds over here so these stands out better. But of course I'm gonna paint the plane first. And how we gonna paint the plane is using Night of Navy and copper clay and our trusty water painters, one of them. They come in a package of 3 with these 3 different brush sizes, and there's water reservoir here that I don't know why it's not coming out. Let me try the other one, see if it's easier. All right, this is the other one. It's a little thicker. Yeah, and this, I can feel that it gets more wet as I press here where it says press. Sometimes there's like residue like in the water that makes it a little harder for the water to come in. But anyway, this, you can see that it comes wet. So I'm gonna use this one instead of the other one. And you should always have a piece of paper to clean it up, like a paper towel, which I have right here. And I'm just gonna just put these pieces apart. Hi, Susan. How are you? Susan in YouTube. So I already have a little bit of ink here on the cover of my ink stamping pad. But if not, you just can grab it when the brush is wet and just put a little bit more ink there, or you can use one of the refillers and put a drop in there, so it's fine. And it's not gonna matter if it goes here in the pad because it's the same color or anything, so it's fine, right? So I'm just gonna do a quick coloring of this using, and you can use the blends if you prefer. I kind of like this because it's not regular, and this is not regular painting. You know what I mean? It's just it gives a little bit of variation in tone. And this is the tail. And I kind of like it. So if you want a little bit lighter, you just put a little bit more water in your brush and it will be a little lighter. You'll see. You see how it's a little lighter? And the more I go over it, the darker it's gonna go. So if I want some dark accents, I will just pick up a little bit more ink directly from the pad. And that's it. It's just very easy. Very effective too. I'm gonna do a little lighter for the, I'm just pushing so I get more water. There we go. More water, please. Thank you very much. All right. So, and I'm gonna go over the wings. And this kind of sketchy coloring goes very well with this paper because that's kind of the style of the illustration itself. Hi, Joanne. How are you? All right. Then I'm gonna do, oh, I have like the top of the, I always forget this little piece is the top of the tail there. So it has to be the same color. I'm just gonna do some other accents. Maybe I'll do a little bit darker here where the lines are kind of. It can indicate rust or it could indicate even a little bit of shade. And here I'm just gonna put a little bit of brown, but I'm gonna go over it with a little bit more blue. And you can use the same brush, just put more water in it and just go like this until it comes almost clear. And I don't know why the water is not coming. You know, when you don't have the time to be patient because you're on a rush, you can always do this. Open it up, wet the tip like that, and close it down. And for some reason, it screws in the regular the opposite way that you usually would do it. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Just a little bit of blue. Just gonna do this in the two colors because this is like a two-tone kind of paper anyway. And we're gonna do the, oh, this came out very dark, but that's okay. Darker than I expected it. Yeah, like a little bit of accent over here. And I'm happy. I'm gonna put a little bit even blue there. Just on the underbelly of the plane. All right. I'm satisfied with that. Gonna clean this so I don't make a boo-boo next time I use it. And as you see, it goes to clear very, very quickly. You're okay, Joanne? I'm glad to hear that. We're enjoying a very nice weather here in New York. Nice and warm, like it's been 70 today. Very nice. All right, so now that we have that, I have to go get the stamp set for the sentiments that I left over there. But I'll be right back. And we'll continue putting this together. All right. I brought a variety so I don't have to get up again. All right. So I want this to say happy birthday. And I'm gonna grab my boho blue. Maybe the sentiment should be in another color. Maybe Night of Navy. I want it to be seen. Anyway, so let's see what fits in this because I want to stamp it here. And this is Adventure Sky, and it has happy birthday here. So why don't we use that? It's a perfect one. You know, I didn't see it the other day when I made my other card for my friend's father. Oh well. Where's my block? It's a small happy birthday, but still, it will be nice. This goes, I don't know what happened with this box, but look at what I just did. Do you want any incidents? All right, so I'm just gonna grab this. I don't need my mat because this is a cling stamp. Beautiful. I like the font size. It's very fun. I'm gonna put this away. And now we assembled it. Where did I leave my plane? Oh, here. All right. On my face. So this is gonna go on dimensionals. So let's put the dimensionals in. Just there. I'm gonna put little dimensionals there. So I can hide them. I think this should be enough. Everybody is very quiet today. Are you enjoying the weather? Enjoy it while it lasts. All right, let's put this like there. And this will go on dimensionals right under the wheels of the plane. Also. So I'm just gonna put 3 dimensionals there. And then I'm gonna put another cloud behind the plane. I need it a little bit towards the left so it doesn't, there we go. This is crooked, this is fine. I think it's fine. Then I'm gonna put 1 here with a dimensional 2. Do I want a dimensional 1 this flat? Maybe flat. Hi, Elise. You had school mornings in Louisiana. It was kind of cool here last week, but it warmed up for the weekend, which made for a very nice weekend. Sunny and 70, 72, so very in the low 70s. It goes down to even the 50s at night, but you know, it's nice to go walk. All right. And then I'm going to put another cloud over. I'm going to need more clouds cut for my purpose. Yes, this is too big. Yeah, I didn't want to use that because I want to use this on the inside, but I'll cut more. Don't worry. You'll have to put up with me for a little bit. All right. I'm going to put this one behind here. There. All right. So this is the front of our car. It's cute, right? I like it at least. It's masculine, but nice. And then we're going to do the inside, which I'm going to put just a little of one of the little planes here. This one. Need another block. Good evening, Deborah. How are you? So usually I do the plane first, and then I put a couple of clouds around the plane. Actually, I say a couple, but usually I put three, unless I make a boo boo with my ink, and then I put four. And I'm gonna use the smallest cloud. Let's see if it fits here. I think it will. There you go. The reason I can make a boo-boo is that it has a lot of extra, and I always want to cut it, but I'm always afraid of cutting it. So we're gonna make it work, hopefully. So glad to hear you're okay, Deb. Okay. See, it gets a little bit of extra ink, but with a Q-tip, you can take the excess. There. And then, see, it's just like, I should cut it. I did it to one of my stamps, cut it, but I'm always afraid I'm gonna mess it up. There, and then a third one. Okay, I think this one I can do. There. So this is the inside of a card where you're gonna write your message. And we haven't got to the pop-up part yet, but we're almost there. Just gluing the inside first. All right. So now we have our two. This is the back, and this is the front, and they're separate. Because what you want to do is put this together with some window sheet in the middle, like so. This is a little bit long. I have to cut it. Do I have more window sheet? I knew I had a little one there. There. You don't want it super, super long. All right. Where is my there? I think I need a little bit longer than that, but a little bit shorter than this. So let's see if we can cut this in half. Is this half? It's kind of the same. I'm gonna do a little bit less. Let's see. Maybe I'll just cut a little bit more of another window sheet. Like, let's just cut it like this. It's like about 4 inches. I think I did, but I'm cutting it down to a little bit three. Let's say 3 1/4. That would be a good measure for that. Yeah, so I'm gonna do another one at 3 1/4. And I have a piece of window sheet here. The strip is 1/4 of an inch wide. A little bit more. It's not half an inch. Is it half an inch? It's between, okay, let's say it's like 1, 2, 3, 3/8 kind of. I'm just gonna cut it like that. It depends on what you're putting as your pop-up element. You may want to do it thinner, or and we said 3 and it's not even an a quarter, it's like 3 1/8 or something that I did. And I just moved my finger, so I moved that thing. All right. This little piece I'm going to throw away. All right, so I have here some balloons that I cut from the punch, which is retired, but I know we have balloon stamps that you can use if you want, or you can use whichever element. You can use more planes, you can use more clouds. Anyway, so I'm gonna use these. And but before that, I have the numbers. They're gonna have the 8, and the other one is gonna have the 0 for my friend's 80th birthday. And I'm gonna grab my silicone mat. Let's glue these numbers first. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Yes, sharp scissors are always good. All right. There. Just want a little bit more glue, but not too much because I don't want it messed up here. So that's my 8. And now, oops. These were cut with alphabet a la mode, by the way. It comes with numbers. I was sadly discovering that the mini alphabet dies don't have numbers in them. It would have been useful for all these milestone birthdays, right? Well, thankfully, alphabet a la mode came to the rescue. All right, so then we're gonna turn this around, and I need my turn tape. Yeah, how did I do that? I forgot. I think I put it both ways. I'm gonna put a little bit of turn tape here as well. All right. We remove the backing. Remove the backing of the other one. And I'm gonna supplement this with extra glue because I don't want this to be seen. That's why I cut another balloon that's gonna be my back. All right. All right, so we have here, there's a little bit of excess cardstock from the punch. Sometimes that happens. And here we have the 8, and I see that there's extra glue here that I'm gonna try to hide underneath. There we go. And we'll do the same with the 8. I think I'm just gonna do another way. This looks to be thicker than the other one, but it doesn't matter. Just I'll make sure that they're more or less the same size. So this one is a little shorter. That's why it's good to have like a mat that has a grit because then you can put things and measure things. It doesn't have to be exact, but you know. And let's do this. This is gonna work better, I think. I'm gonna put a little bit more on there, down there. Making sure it doesn't come out, and if it does, I'll move it back inside. Like so. Then we fold it back in. Nobody sees that. And it gives me extra adhesive. There. And I'm still gonna put a little bit more glue on here. All right. All right, so now we have the 8 and the 0. We're gonna put them, oops. We're gonna put them here. And then when this opens, it's gonna wiggle a little bit and it will be your pop-up element. All right, so let's adhere a strip of turn tape. And I'll put another one on the other side too. There. All right. And this is our inside. That's how it's going to open. You have to be very clear. Don't put it like the other way. And then, that's how it has to go. Like this in the middle. Raised up. And then we're going to put one balloon there. You don't want it all the way down because you want this to seal. And we're going to put extra adhesive in there. So you don't want your window sheet to go all the way to down. So we want it just on the lines, more or less. All right, let's remove this adhesive. And because I want it properly sealed on the back here, I'm gonna put a little extra liquid glue. Sorry, I keep kicking the camera stand. All right. Now carefully we align this. Good that you align on one side, because turn tape, once you put it, it's hard to wiggle it in place. Sorry. I think I got it. All right. So this is our little pop-up. This is a card. It opens like that, and boom, you have that. And what I did to my French one, I added this here and this here, and it looked so cute. But I only have one set of clouds, so maybe I'll just do one, and then either I go cut it or you trust me that I will do it later. Let's see. I can. No, over the window sheet, I like to use turn tape because it's less messy. So let's put this one here. And then I don't want, again, to see this from the side. That's what I kind of went like this. And let me just cut the other one because I want to show you. It looks very cute. where's and we're just gonna cut the medium cloud, which is this die here. And we got a scrap of white paper. Thankfully, everything is set up, but I cannot show you a camera because I don't have room for my big machine on my little TV tray. So, all right. And here we go. I finally put the magnetic plate behind my dies, and it's so much easier than how they come over the cardstock with a strip of adhesive. Once the adhesive starts to go, the dice go all over the place. Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad you like the card. My friend went crazy over it. She really, really, really liked it. And I'm very happy because she's the one I've been doing the scrapbook with. And I figure it's like, we should send the gentleman a card. So I gave it to her so she can hand deliver it. And her father happens to love planes and do miniature planes. How you call it? They have another name, right? It's not miniature planes, but you know what I mean, the ones that you do yourself. Anyway, so this is the car. It's not complicated to do. It's actually very easy. You can you can customize this to be a um Christmas or holiday one. You can put Santa sleigh flying over. You can put all the sorts of gifts. You can have Rudolph. That's an idea for that. And then this is how it looks on the side. So it's not too different. It's two pieces. Basically the big difference is that the base card is two pieces and not just one piece. But anyway, I hope you liked it. Model planes. That. Thank you, Elise. Yes, thank you, Joanne. I was thinking of the word. It's like, oh darn, it's not coming to me. All right, so let's move on to the second card. And the second card is this holiday card that I made with a little pop-up thingy. I don't know if you saw. Oops. There we go. So it looks just like a regular card, but then you open it up and just have like this little puppy element, which is really actually very, very easy to make. As I said, this is not complicated pop-up cards. There's like very elaborate pop-up cards that I love and we'll do some, but this is thank you for all the likes. But this is just something that anybody can do. So it's not overwhelming. So let me get the materials for that because I had them ready someplace. Where are they? Oh, here we go. All right. So let's do the pop-up element first in this case, and then we can decorate. And then I have a third card that I didn't finish, but I'll show you anyway. So this is a strip. Basically, your mechanism, and this is gonna be the circle. Your mechanism can be as wide as whatever element you're popping up. I used a 4-inch strip, and you have to score it at half, 1 and 1.5 on both sides. So this one, because it's 4-inch, you'll end up with an inch in the middle, which I have enough. I could have gone wider, but it doesn't really matter. I kind of like that it's bouncy, like that it has that like kind of like springy quality to it. If you want it a little bit more stable, you can use a little bit wider, but this works for me. If you want to pop up a piece that's smaller, then you have to do smaller, but the sides always have to be haven't well, it could be less, but like this works, half, one, and one and a half. So let's score this. All right, grabbing things out of here so I can actually do work. So we go with a half first. To the one. And I'm doing it on the other side of the cutting line, because we have up to 1.5 that you can measure over there. That's very convenient. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. 1. Oh, of course, a wobble would work too, but this, I think sometimes the wobbles, the adhesive on the wobbles is not as stable, I find. Maybe the ones I bought. And I kind of like this one. You don't need a wobble. I think it's a little bit less intrusive. And how we folding this is like, first we go in, like, because this is what's gonna pop up, and then it's just like in, out, in, or valley, peak, valley, or basically how I see it, I'm very visual that way. It's like, oh, it has to be an M, or a W. But it doesn't matter. This is how it's gonna go, because this is where the adhesive will go to put this on top. So if you look at it from the side, it's an M. So I'm gonna make an M here on the other side as well. And that's it. Isn't it easy? And then it's just like boink, 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 boink. So you want your piece here, and in this case, I hand colored this deer. This one, I just, to go a little faster, I cut it from the DSP, but it's pretty anyway. So I'm gonna put some dimensionals on that. And this, of course, is from Reindeer Fun. And they are fun. I like them. All right. And then we'll adhere this for now until we have the card on. A quick glue will do. I'm to the end of this glue bottle, so I'm always having to knock it on my door to get the last bits remaining. More or less center. It's not gonna be seen, so it doesn't matter. There we go, and we'll leave it. We'll let it. It moved. Center. Okay. We'll let it dry like that. Cute. See, it doesn't want to stay down because it wants to pop up. All right. So then we're going to work on the front, and it's going to be an easy front. I used the same DSP. You can use whatever you want. It can be a holiday, non-holiday, whatever strikes your fancy. I had 2 leaves of holly, and I only see 1 now. Oh, there we go. There. Now, so this is 4 by 5.25. Is it? No, is it 4 1/8? No, this is 4 by 5.25, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, but I'm gonna cut a window out of this because I don't want to waste all this glitter, beautiful glitter. And this is the festive glimmer paper that we have on. Ooh, I went a little bit too trigger happy there. That we have on the mini catalog. All right. And I'm just cutting and half an inch because only a quarter of an inch is gonna be seen. So I have enough with that. There we go. I can cut all the way there. But I am saving this for something else. And this is my frame, my glittery frame, which I'm gonna adhere now. No, I'm not gonna adhere it yet. Because I always forget I have to put the the ribbon, well, the thread here in this case. Because it's gonna adhere over glitter and it's a little bit harder, I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. Alright. That should do it. Center it over our frame. And voila. Here we go. And I didn't have a ribbon that I really like with it. And I said, like, the thread is a little thin. So what I did here is I had some dark green. I don't know if this is Trader Spruce. It may have been Evening Evergreen. But anyway, a green thread with a gold thread. And I think it looks very nice doing a double bow with both of them. I really, really liked it. So that's what I'm going to do with this one too. And here I put this here in the middle because I wanted to see the little deer here. So I may have to put this one farther down because my deer are more in the middle of the paper when I cut this. This is the label I'm going to use. Is from Greetings of, is it Greetings of the Season? Yes. No, it's not. No, it's from, Candy. Christmas labels. I'm sorry. I get all the names confused. And this is it. It's very nice. I love this one too, but it's a little big and it covered too much of my background in this case. So, all right. So I'm gonna put it down here. So I'm gonna put my threads right there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put sorry, Stampin' Seal there. More or less where I'm gonna put the thread. And then I'm gonna grab my thread. Look how many I have. I have more than that. I think I put too many on the, because now it's hard to get them out. So I may have to open this. I don't think this should be as full as I have it. But let me try. So this is the green one. I'm opening it. Yeah. There we go. I untangled it a little bit. And then since I'm out, where's my gold one? I think it went in. Okay. Yeah, the gold one kind of like got lost there someplace. I'll just put it in the middle or here. Yeah, I think I have to. I was very optimistic. It's like, I'm putting all my threads here, but it's a good system. It's just like you cannot feel it that much. Hopefully I didn't cut. Well, I cut enough thread of both, putting them together. Maybe a little short on gold thread, but anyway, time will tell. Time will tell. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center the gold. It's almost the same. I think we're gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna touch it like that. All right, I'm moving it a little bit. That's what I like this system, because it allows you to, it has to be further there here. It allows you to adjust, like I can lift it out again and reattach. All right, if it's not long enough, I can, it may be a smaller bow than the other one, but that's fine. Yeah, it's almost, I think it's fine. I'll just put a glue dot there, but I want to put my label first because I may need to move it more to the side, you see? I may need to move it more to the side, sorry. I should have measured better. Well, the other thing I can do, let's do the easy thing, Candy. I can do it in two parts. I can just put this like that, cut it, turn, just the texture of both threads is different, so they're giving me trouble. But anyway, also, see, it keeps slipping up. All right. Once I know what I wanted, I can put tear tape on top of it to keep it in place. And that's what I'm gonna do, because that one's escaping again. It's just because it's a little short, that's why. And instead of cutting more that I should do, I'm just trying to use it. Stay down. There. Gotcha. Same with this one. Hopefully it's straight, more or less. Yes. Turn tape and put it down. All right. Okay, now that this is out of the problem, the way I can do this one, and if I need more thread, I will use more thread. But I think I have enough now. And I can just tie a double bow. Okay, I didn't know I was gonna spend so much time with this silly bow rather than my pop-up mechanisms, right? Also, this is really gonna be the hard part of this card. The darn bow. Yesterday I did it in one try, and of course today I'm on camera, so I guess that's a little different. And yes, it doesn't matter. I'll put a glue dot there to keep it in place. But I'm gonna, as I said, work on the label first. So let's stamp this. I'm gonna need my mat because this is a cling stamp. And I'm gonna use the Christmas, like, celebrate the holidays in all the ways. I love that message, and it's for people who don't want just straight Christmas cards. I'm doing it in garden green, which is one of the colors of the paper, which, by the way, is the base color that I use there. I didn't tell you that, but I'm guessed that I know that you probably already guessed that much. I love how these messages work so well with these. So you have the celebrate the in all the ways in the little sections there of the 4 ribbon ideal here. I always want to do something with it, but I don't know what to do with it because kind of like, but I like it as is anyway. So let's work on that. Let's gonna mount this in dimensionals. And just I moved a little bit my ribbon to the side. My bow, I mean. Make room for my label. All right. All right. I'm gonna put it down here. Now that my label is in place, I can move the bow wherever I want it. And I'm gonna, now when I have it where I want it, I'm gonna put a glue dot to keep it right there. There. You're not moving now. Now that I have all these, before finishing putting the holly, I'm just gonna adhere this to my card base. As I said, it's not a complicated card. Honestly, if you use another ribbon, probably you'll have a better time than I did making the bow. Sorry. All right. There. Extra there. A little bit here. All right. Let's turn it around. All right. And now we are gonna put the holly, but first I'm gonna do some shading with sponging a little bit of color, tone on tone, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And I love how it looks. You can put a little bit in the middle because it has a cut there. And look at the difference between one and the other. Can you tell? This has a little bit more dimension, I think. I actually like it. It looks more finished. All right. So that's out of the way. I'm just still gonna curl my leaves. These leaves come from the Magic Meadow, Winter Meadow, sorry, but we have holly leaves in a bunch of the dies and the bundles, so you can use whatever you want. You can use other things to decorate. I just happen to have these holly leaves, and I think it needed just a tiny bit of red. So I'm just gonna put a glue dot in each one of the down tips here. It didn't take. There we go. And then another one in there. Behind my bow, kind of. But I wanted more dimension here, so I'm gonna put a little dimensional behind the curves there. Right, so not on the tip, but right there where the curve is, to elevate it and give it another point of adhesion. Yes, it does, right? Elise says that it adds a lot. I think yeah, I think it does. I like it. Sometimes we're going fast and like, oh, it's done, and then but it's just a little bit of detail. Okay, so I want it more separate like that. And now we are gonna put the berries. That come in threes. This is called cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive back berries. And as you can see, I'm almost gone through all my red ones. So I guess I have to do some mistletoe at some point, but not now. There. I just don't want this to coincide with it exactly. So there. All right. So that's the front of the car. Looks nice. Maybe a little empty. I wish there was another of these guys here, but it's fine. I think it's nice because then the surprise will be in the inside. And we're gonna put now, and that's our last touch. We're gonna put this down. Now we have our popping element. You could put turn tape there, but you know me. I like my liquid glue. Gonna hold it down for a while. Yes, thank you, Sandy. I agree. I agree with you. It's the little details. All right. There we go. Look how she pops up. Anyway, so this fits in an envelope, normal. And then once you open it, your little popping up element. All right. And then I'll show you the card that, like these two that I had done. I have this final one, but I just didn't have time to decorate. But I can show you how to make the, oh, look, it's even crooked here. I hate when that happens. Wow. It's fine now. All right, so this is gonna be a birthday card for a friend of mine. And when you open it up, this, it's just a little subtle, but I think it's very pretty. And again, you can use the same technique for many other occasions and cars, and you can put more stuff here. Not a lot, because this, when it closes, as you can see how these interfere with each other, so it cannot be a lot more. But there's a little bit of glue there. That's what happens when you don't want any glue messing up your mechanism there. This is super easy. It's just a fold that adds to the card, and I think it's the movement, it's nice, right? So let me show you how I made it. And I haven't finished decorating the front, and I want to do something nice with it. I'll post a picture when I finish, but at least I'll show you how the inside is done, okay? So I have here all the elements. And what you're gonna need, in this case, it's I'm gonna give you the instructions for a vertical card like this, but you can do it horizontal too. And then the foldings will be a little different. But anyway, vertical works. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like them. So vertical, have a sheet of cardstock, 5 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay. I'm using cherry cobbler. This is the Regal Flora, which is a beautiful set. So and then my mat, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And this is 4 1/4 by, how much did I cut? They're gonna overlap, so I didn't care much. 3, and then the other one is 2 and something, and it's also 3. But anyway, they have to be overlapped because they have to actually fit within my mat, like with an 1/8 of an inch all around, 1/16 of an inch all around. Okay, so that's how it's gonna go. You can decorate the top as you want, because the important thing here is well, maybe I have the little one. Let me see if I have a smaller one that will work. I think I'm gonna use this one, guys, because I don't want that much overlapping. Yes, and this one is, yeah, that's what it happened. I cut an extra one of those. This one is 4 by 3, and this is 4 by 2 1/4. Okay, and it will give you the 5 1/4 that we kind of need. Yeah, it overlaps just a tiny little bit, which is what I want. Right, so I'm gonna put this one first. Liquid glue. I don't know how I put the light here, but I don't have much light in my area. Maybe that tells me that I'm not in camera. See, that should be my cue that I'm not in camera. All right, and this is the piece that goes on top. It's like there's flowers all around, so there's not much left at top and bottom vertical, you know, directional paper, so to speak. All right. And we're gonna put a piece of the beautiful shaded spruce satin and sheer ribbon, which I love. And it's gonna kind of cover, or either the half part or whatever you want. Since I want to cover this, I'm gonna put it a little bit farther down. It doesn't matter that it's not in the center. It's just to cover the seam. So it's gonna be around here. and around here. Further down. And now we're gonna put this here, and I'm taking too much time showing you my unfinished front, but sure enough, I'm gonna go quickly to the inside, okay? We'll finish decorating this another moment because I don't have all the elements or, but I'll post it when I'm done. I really wanted to have time to do it today, but I went to the theater instead with some friends. And then we went for a cocktail, and then Candy ran home to prep, and I didn't have the time to finish the card. But anyway, at least I had two done, right? All right, so this is the inside, and the inside I made a boo-boo here, so ignore my boo-boo. The inside is 10.5, and I score, and it's folded in half, okay? So it's like 5.25 each. And before we adhere it, what we're gonna do is measure. Gonna put it here, and I'm gonna measure 1 inch. I'm gonna do a sign here for 1 inch, and then I'm gonna do the 1 inch here as well. And I'm gonna do the same on both and on the other side. 1 inch and 1 inch. Does look like less than 1 inch. Is it? No, it's 1 inch. Okay. Has to be 1 inch on all sides. I mean, doesn't have to. You can do it other measurements too, but that works for me, I think. Otherwise, they get too close. So then you align the two marks, and you score, press down because you're going through double cardstock, okay? And then same thing on the other side. Press down, press down, press down, press down. Just gonna break the fibers a little bit, both sides, because then when you open it, you want this to go like that. So this is it, see? And this, don't worry about it because we're gonna cover it with things, and that's my boo-boo, but I didn't have time to prepare another one. I'm just trying to disguise it a little bit, but it's okay. Nobody's gonna be looking at that because everybody's gonna look at what it pops up. Then we're gonna get our card. By the way, this is, I said 10.5 by 5 1/8. It's a little bit smaller because when you fold it, I found that the distance, it's a little bit, so it needs a little bit of more, and it left me a lot of room here, and I want it centered, so to speak. Let me show you what I mean. When it falls, it wasn't totally centered, and then once I align it with my paper like that, I mean, it still leaves me a little bit of more space here than I want, but that's fine. I could have made it a little longer. That's the honest truth. Then we do the one side, and now we glue the other side. I recommend that you do it with with the card open, because if you do it with the card closed, like I did my first one, not this one, another one time that I did it, it needed more wiggle room here. I should have done it a little bit longer. Maybe it should have been a little bit longer, but it's okay. This is how it's gonna go. And this is how it opens. All right, so let's decorate it now. I have some extra flowers that I cut from the same suite, and I had some greenery here. I'm just gonna put the greenery behind. Maybe glue that will work. You just make sure that there's no adhesive around, because then it will not close the mechanism properly. So if you're using a glue dot, make sure that the whole of the glue dot is hidden in your cardstock. That's that, and then we can put this flower, maybe this flower. Maybe this flower will go like around here. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna use liquid glue for this one. Just a little bit. Make sure there's no glue beyond the fold line there, because otherwise it's gonna be a problem. And for this one, do I have a big one? We're gonna have to put this, and then we'll put something else over there. As I said, I did not have time to finish this, so I'm sorry, it was not totally prepped, but I still wanted to show you what I meant. I'm gonna do another. Yeah. Why is it giving me trouble? As you know, liquid glue takes a little bit longer to dry. Maybe I'll just do something else over there. You don't want to use, my temptation is always like, oh, I'll put a dimensional there, but you don't want to use a dimensional doing this, because it will be too bulky. Just gonna put a little bit more greenery in shade of spruce. Behind this. And I still have another little bit of greenery. Oh, of course, I'm pressing, nothing comes in, and then whoop, big blurb behind this. And when this dries a little bit, I'm gonna put a little decoration down here. All this I kind of hand cut, fussy cut from the DSP itself, so. All right, so let's see if it works. Oh, This one, I think I have to cut this because it's not letting me fold it properly. Or maybe it does. Okay, we'll see. Oh, yes, it does. All right. So this is how it goes. You like it? All right. So this is, I'm going to finish decorating the front, I promise. And let's bring the other cards with the pop-ups. And, or plain with the balloons. So that's all I have tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you see how some of the pop-ups don't have to be intimidating. They can be pretty easy, and they always offer, like, give your cards a wow factor to them. Which one looks more complicated, Elise? The last one? Oh yes, they all seem more complicated than they look, but they're not. As you could see, they're not that complicated. The most complicated thing was tying the darn bow with these threads. I'm glad you like them. Thank you, Sandy. And yeah, I already cut that, so I did that. So yes, perfect. So that's it. Let's open this one too. So we see all the pop-ups. I'm glad you like them. I hope it gives you some ideas and encourages you to try some of them. As I say, you can customize them for any occasion with any paper, anything you want. Just show you some ideas on what to do. And have fun with them. They're really fun and people love receiving them. They wow them. It's like, oh my God, it's like so clever, but honestly, there's nothing to it. All right. So I'm glad you like them, and let me know if you try some. I would be curious to see what you make it. All right, and I'll see you next week. Next Sunday. Have a lovely week and keep crafting. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining.